September presents itself as a decisive period for all those chosen by God for a special mission. This is a month where the universe aligns uniquely, offering extraordinary opportunities for spiritual growth, inner renewal, and the fulfillment of purpose. However, it is also a time when the forces of darkness may intensify, attempting to obscure the light you carry. Being chosen in this context requires being prepared to face challenges that go beyond the physical, entering the spiritual domain where battles are fought on a deeper level. The world around us is filled with adverse spiritual influences, and it is essential that you, as one of God's chosen, develop the ability to discern these forces in September and understand how they impact the people around you. These negative forces are not just vague concepts. They manifest concretely through the behaviors and attitudes of individuals who cross your path. Recognizing these manifestations is the first step to ensuring that your light continues to shine even in the midst of the darkness that tries to envelop you. One of the most common spirits you may encounter is the spirit of jealousy. When you radiate the light and grace of God, it can awaken feelings of inadequacy in others, leading them to resent you even if you have done nothing to provoke them. This feeling of jealousy is a reflection of their insecurities, amplified by the presence of your light, just as Joseph was sold into slavery by his own brothers due to the jealousy they felt toward his gifts. You too may become a target of envy and resentment. The story of Joseph teaches us that even when the world seems to conspire against you, God has a greater plan that transcends human understanding. Joseph was betrayed and sold, but in the end he became the savior of his family during the famine, showing that God's plan always triumphs over human wickedness. Another spirit that manifests powerfully this month is the spirit of fear. This spirit causes people dominated by their own insecurities to project these weaknesses onto you. They see your confidence and courage as threats, leading them to act hostilely. The brightness and strength you demonstrate may seem intimidating to those who do not possess the same inner security. Jesus faced this phenomenon when his presence challenged the established order of the religious leaders who feared losing their control over the people. The spirit of intimidation is another that you may encounter. In September, people influenced by this spirit will try to make you feel inferior, using manipulation and control tactics to suppress your light. They believe that by diminishing you, they can maintain their own sense of superiority. However, as a chosen one, your confident and luminous presence exposes their fragility, showing that their attempts at intimidation are in fact a mask for their own insecurities. Jesus also faced these challenges, especially when confronted by the Pharisees and Sadducees who felt threatened by his spiritual authority and tried in every way to silence him. Gossip is another weapon frequently used by those influenced by negative spirits. The spirit of gossip leads people to spread malicious rumors and distort the truth about you. They do this to undermine your reputation and create discord as your prosperity and integrity deeply trouble them, just as Jesus was falsely accused and slandered by the Pharisees. You too may be the target of lies and distortions, but your truth and integrity will always shine brighter than any falsehood. Jesus never allowed gossip or accusations to divert him from his purpose. He remained steadfast, knowing that God's truth would prevail. The spirit of delusion is another force that may arise in your path. This spirit causes people to have a distorted view of reality, leading them to believe in lies or create stories without any basis. In truth, this spirit distorts the perception of reality and causes these people to act irrationally and often destructively. However, your clarity of vision and commitment to the truth are capable of dispelling these illusions. Jesus, for example, faced false accusations and was judged by those blinded by their own ignorance and fear. His response was always to remain firm in his purpose, knowing that the truth in the end prevails. The spirit of hatred is perhaps the most dangerous of all. This spirit incites people to feel an intense and irrational aversion toward you. They may not understand why they hate you, But this hatred manifests in aggressive and harmful behaviors as a chosen one. You carry a light that directly confronts the darkness, and this awakens violent reactions in those who are deeply immersed in the dark. Jesus warned us about this hatred, saying, "If the world hates you, know that it hated me first." This is a reality you must become familiar with as you advance in your spiritual journey. Besides these, there are other spirits that may also influence the behavior of those around you. During this period, the lack of self-motivation or self-esteem is a spirit that often manifests in people who feel inferior to you. They project their frustrations onto you, trying to drag you down because seeing you motivated and confident accentuates what they feel they lack, your determination and purpose. Highlight their apathy, which can lead to sabotage behaviors or attempts to undermine your efforts. Insecure is another powerful spirit that causes much harm. Insecure people are constantly threatened by your presence. Your self-confidence and assurance expose the doubts and fears they have about themselves as a chosen one. Your security in God and your purpose is a light that illuminates the insecurities of others, revealing the areas where they need to work. This can cause discomfort, leading to defensive and hostile reactions. The feeling of threat is a spirit that makes people constantly feel endangered by your presence. They may feel that you are trying to take something from them. Even if that is not the case, this leads them to act defensively and hostile your mission. And destiny highlight their lack of direction, and this can generate envy, fear, and resistance. Narcissism is a spirit that makes people feel superior and untouchable. Narcissists cannot stand seeing someone shine more than they do. They may try to manipulate or control you to ensure they remain the center of attention. Your humility and service expose their pride and self-absorption, leading to conflicts as they do not accept being overshadowed. September 2024 is not just a month of facing darkness, but also a period of decisive action. The cosmic energies that are poured upon you must be channeled to create tangible changes in your life and the lives of those around you. This is the time to turn your intentions into reality to bring to life the visions that God has placed in your heart. You can imagine yourself as a divine builder with all the necessary tools at your disposal. Every thought, every word, every action is a brick that builds the temple of your lives, just as Nehemiah rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem amid opposition and danger. You, too, are called to rebuild the areas of your life that have been devastated by time, doubt, or fear. It is not just about dreaming of a better life, but acting with determination to manifest that life every step you take. No matter how small is a movement toward fulfilling your destiny. This month, paths that have been blocked for so long will finally open for you. These openings not only bring new opportunities but also signify breakthroughs in areas where you have faced long battles and challenges. The Lord is intervening powerfully, providing deliverances that go beyond what we can see with our eyes. This is a period of prosperity where God's generosity will be poured out upon you, and He will guide you through these powerful blessing blings in a vision. I saw the rain falling, but an umbrella protected God's people. This vision represents the divine protection that the Lord is providing for you, shielding you from the storms that the enemy may try to bring, even in the face of adversities and obstacles that may arise. God is your light and refuge. He will use His divine protection to guard those who trust in Him like you. September will also be a month of completeness, represented by the number 7, which symbolizes divine perfection. God will bring new beginnings, new opportunities, and new directions. He is releasing both spiritual and material breakthroughs, and those who seek the Lord with all their hearts will experience a new level of communion and growth. God will visit His people and bring fullness to their lives with His protection. Over all who trust in Him before the arrival of September. As I prayed, the Lord continued to speak about overflow. This is a time of abundance and fruitfulness, and God is preparing a great overflow of blessings for His people. He is ready to release supernatural gifts, financial breakthroughs, and new opportunities. I saw God releasing keys, symbolizing new beginnings, new places, new homes, businesses, and other projects, objects, whatever. Key you need, God is releasing it this month in the name of Jesus. Moreover, the Lord revealed that it is a time of continuous progress, where those who have trusted in Him will continue to advance even in the midst of the difficulties the world faces, such as crises and conflicts in various parts of the world. God is your light and security. He calls you to keep your faith strong and continue to serve Him with dedication and zeal. Furthermore, September is a month when forgiveness becomes a crucial tool for spiritual progress. Just as Joseph forgave his brothers who sold him into slavery, you are also called to release the weight of resentment and bitterness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what was done wrong, but rather freeing yourself from the control that the past has over you when you forgive. You are opening space for new blessings to enter your life and allowing your soul to be cleansed from accumulated hurts. Joseph, by forgiving his brothers, not only restored his family relationship, but also placed himself in a position of power and influence where he could save many from famine. Forgiveness, therefore, is not just an act of mercy, but also a strategy for spiritual strengthening this month. You should also focus on strengthening your spiritual foundations, just as a house needs a solid foundation to withstand storms. You need a strong spiritual base to resist the challenges that will come. This is the time to deepen your connection with God through prayer, meditation, and the study of scriptures. Just as Solomon built the temple, you are called to build an inner temple, where the presence of God can dwell. This inner temple is the place where you find peace, strength, and renewal, regardless of external circumstances. September 2024 is marked by important astrological events that directly influence your spiritual journey. The full moon in Pisces on September 3rd brings a powerful energy of introspection and revelation. This is a time to dive deep into your soul and bring to the surface what needs to be transformed, just as Jonah was swallowed by the great fish and spent 3 days in the animal's belly. You are called to confront the deepest parts of your soul, allowing the light of truth to illuminate these dark areas. This is a period of purification where everything that is unnecessary and harmful must be released, making room for healing and renewal on September 17th. The new moon in Virgo marks the beginning of a new cycle. This is a period of new beginnings, especially in areas related to health service and daily routines. The energy of Virgo is one of purity, discipline, and service. This is the time to reorganize your life to establish new routines that are in alignment with your divine purpose. Just as Nehemiah rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem, you are called to rebuild the areas of your life that need renewal. This is a time to plant new seeds to start projects that will bear fruit. In the future, the energy of Virgo also calls us to simplicity, to return to the essential, to what truly matters. The autumn equinox on September 22nd is a powerful symbol of balance. Just as day and night meet in equal measure, you are invited to find balance between your spiritual and earthly life. This is a time to integrate spiritual teachings into your daily actions, to bring heaven to earth and to live in harmony with your divine purpose. The equinox is also a moment of reflection on what has been harvested so far and what still needs to be sown. It is a call to adjust the course if necessary and ensure that you are aligned with God's plan for your life this month. Angels are particularly close to you, ready to offer guidance and support. They are divine messengers sent to help you navigate challenges and seize opportunities that arise, just as Gabriel announced the birth of Jesus, bringing good news. The angels will bring messages that will illuminate your path. Be attentive to the signs the angels send, whether in the form of dreams, intuitions, or unexpected encounters. These signs are reminders that you are not alone in your journey. There is a legion of celestial beings by your side, ready to intervene on your behalf whenever necessary. As God's chosen one, facing the negative spiritual forces that surround the world is an inevitable part of your journey. However, these battles are not won with physical strength or human arguments. They are won through faith, prayer, and deep connection with God. Jesus, in his most difficult moments, would withdraw to pray, seeking strength and guidance from the Father. This is a powerful example for all of us. One of the most effective strategies for dealing with negative spirits is the practice of spiritual discernment. It is important that you learn to recognize when a person is being influenced by these forces, and that you develop the wisdom necessary to deal with these situations effectively. Jesus often discerned the spirits behind people's actions and acted according to this perception. Likewise, you must seek discernment through prayer and the study of scriptures. Another essential strategy is the establishment of clear boundaries. Do not allow toxic people to invade your space or consume your time. Jesus, on several occasions, withdrew from the crowds to pray and replenish his spiritual energy. He knew the importance of setting boundaries and connecting with the Father. Similarly, you must learn to say no when necessary and protect your energy from negative influences. Furthermore, it is crucial that you build a support circle with people who understand and value your journey. Surround yourself with individuals who share your faith and encourage you to grow. These positive relationships will strengthen your resilience, and provide a safe haven where you can be authentic and vulnerable without fear of judgment. Think of Paul, who had friends and collaborators like Barnabas and Timothy, who supported him in his mission. Prayer and meditation are also powerful tools to maintain your connection with God and find peace amid chaos. These practices not only strengthen you spiritually, but also give you clarity and wisdom to navigate the complexities of human interactions. Jesus often withdrew to solitary places to pray and seek the Father's guidance, especially in times of great challenge. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal on your spiritual journey. When you forgive, you are releasing the control that the past has over you and allowing your soul to be cleansed from accumulated hurts. Joseph is a perfect biblical example of someone who, despite all the injustices he suffered, was able to forgive his brothers and turn his wounds into strength in September. You are called to practice forgiveness in a deep and conscious way. This is the time to release the weight of resentment and bitterness you may be carrying. Forgiving does not mean forgetting or minimizing what was done wrong, but rather freeing yourself from the chains that bind you to the past. When you forgive, you are opening space for new blessings to enter your life and allowing your light to shine even more intensely. The act of forgiving is also an act of faith. It is trusting that God is in control and that He will bring justice in His due time. Forgiveness frees your soul from the bonds of hatred and resentment, allowing you to move forward in your journey with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Joseph, by forgiving his brothers, not only restored his family relationship, but also placed himself in a position of power and influence where he could save many from famine. Forgiveness, therefore, is not just an act of mercy, but also a strategy for spiritual strengthening. Jesus taught us that a servant is not greater than his master. He faced rejection and persecution, and as his disciples, we too will face this. People may not want to physically kill the chosen ones, but they carry in their hearts a murderous spirit. When they see the divine presence in us, they hate us without understanding why, because the struggle is spiritual. We do not fight against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. This battle takes place in the invisible realm, which is more real than the physical. As children of God, we must understand that everything is spiritual and not take things personally. Jesus faced opposition from the time of his birth. Herod, for example, wanted to kill him as soon as he learned of his birth. Herod represents the devil, full of pride, narcissism, and thirst for power. He tried to deceive the wise men to discover where Jesus was with the intention of killing him. That same spirit of deception and hostility manifests in people today. God's chosen ones are targeted. Individuals, Satan knows our name as much as God does. He knows who we are and will do everything to try to destroy us from the beginning. In the Garden of Eden, Satan tried to corrupt God's creation by manipulating Eve and introducing sin into the world. He seeks to corrupt God's children and make them look like him. Sin is that infestation that enters the heart and spirit, trying to diminish the light of Christ in us. Satan tries to take a pure heart and make it broken, bitter, and resentful. As chosen ones, we must constantly be on guard. We must ask ourselves when a person enters our life who sent them. This is a spiritual question that we must ask God. Let us care. Carefully observe how people behave toward us. Small, sarcastic comments and manipulation tactics are attempts to bring us down. Satan sends people to try to corrupt our hearts and our light. Therefore, we need to discern and protect our energy when we realize that someone was sent to destroy us. We must not tolerate abuse, manipulation, or passive-aggressive control. We must know our worth in God and distance ourselves from these negative influences. God shows us our worth, and we must not allow anyone to diminish us. God's chosen ones are targets of the devil. Satan will try to corrupt our hearts, making them ugly and disgusting like his own children. He desires more children in his family, marked by pride, narcissism, arrogance, murder, and lies. However, as chosen ones, we must remain firm, knowing that our light and purpose come from God. No force can extinguish the light that God has placed in us, just as Jesus faced opposition from Herod. We too will face spiritual enemies, but we will overcome by the grace and strength of the Lord. September 2024 is a month of great challenges and opportunities for you. The chosen one, as you advance on your journey, you will face negative spirits that will try to obscure your light. However, you have been endowed by God with the power, wisdom, and strength to overcome these challenges and manifest the divine purpose in your life. This is the moment to rise as a leader, healer, and guide, fully embracing your role in the great divine plan. September is your portal to deep transformation. Cross it with confidence, knowing that you are chosen and loved by God, and that your light is necessary to illuminate the world around you. If this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Together, we can strengthen our light and continue to shine brightly, fulfilling the divine purpose for our lives. As September approaches, I want to leave you with a word of encouragement. Being chosen by God is an honor and a responsibility. This month, remember that, regardless of the struggles and opposition, you are loved by God and called to a greater purpose. Keep your faith strong. Seek God in all circumstances and know that He is always with you, guiding and strengthening your journey in September. As God's chosen one, you carry a light destined to shine brightly. Do not let the darkness of others dim your shine. Your light is needed in the world, and every challenge you face this month is an opportunity to strengthen your faith and deepen your relationship with God. Just as the prophets and apostles faced adversity, but remained steadfast in their mission, you, too, must stand firm in your identity and purpose, fulfilling the divine plan for your life. May you continue steadfast in your walk as God's chosen one, knowing that every step you take in September is guided by the Holy Spirit, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. God has a perfect plan for you, and your light is needed in this world. Until the next video, and may God abundantly bless your life and path this September.